I'm going to install a tow hitch on the 2023 Bolt EUV, and this is a 2-inch opening tow hitch, and it mounts between the bumper and the, well, it's not really the frame, but the unibody of the car. So some of the things that I've got, we're going to need a 15mm socket, and then there's a 7mm socket there, a T15 Torx. We've got some tools to get the sides of the bumper off and to get any clips out, and then just a couple tools, and then just something to open the cardboard box there with. So, and yesterday I did actually put in a trailer light adapter kit, which are getting kind of harder to get. So, but I do have to verify that the power is going to that 4-pin connector kit today as well. So the box opened up. This is a Draw Tite. And ratings are 2,000 pound towing, 300 pound tongue weight. Do not use with spring bar. So, I wouldn't recommend trying to tow 2,000 pounds with your Bolt. This is more for bike racks, maybe a very small trailer under 1,000 pounds. If you put 300 pounds on this tongue, you're probably going to bottom out the Bolt. And then here are our two mascots today. Hey girls. Hi. All right, hopefully they'll stay somewhat quiet today. So first off, we've got some clips back in here, and I've got this little plastic tool here. So I'm just going to work it in there. It's nice and soft. It'll protect the paint. And right here, you can see there's a little white clip. It's a clip further up here that I don't think you're going to have to get out. But we're going to pop this one here. Pop that one out. And then I am switching over to this. Sorry for the quick cut over. Because now that it's loose, I don't have to worry about the paint quite as much, but this is still a tool. So there's another, so that one got popped out. There's one further down here. So 3, 1, 2, 3. And then there's a little clip here. This has a tab that goes into there, so we're gonna have to. All right, so that is pulled away, so you can see there's tabs all the way down. You don't need to quite pull it out this far, but the reason being we need to get to that bolt there, which is a 4mm, and there's that little part there that this little tab needs to come out of. So, all right, we'll get that bolt off here. So, we're getting that bolt off because this all comes off there through here and up around down there again. So, this is in the reverse. And voila. And then the same thing over on this side that we did on the other side. Take that off, like so. All right, and we've got a T15. We're going to take this one off. That should keep everything all together. Bird's keeping us company today. They always like to get into things. Some instructions ask you to remove this here. That's not actually necessary. So then there's some clips on the bottom that we're going to pull off as well. And that's just, oh hush little guys, one here and one there. And we are going to use this tool. That's a clip removal tool. Like I said, I did install the trailering wires yesterday. So I just kind of put this in between. So, and that will come out. Same thing here, hopefully not quite as long of a process. Just want to be careful when you're doing this stuff. That you don't damage stuff, so be slow, be gentle. So now that's loose. Now we can work on pulling off the rear bumper clip. Before we pull off the bumper clip, there are two more T15s, one there and one down there, and same on the other side that are kind of holding bumper on. So I'm going to pull those off here, but I'll need both hands. Okay, so one obvious glaring thing here is there's not much distance here to get something in there. So some people will have one of those power screwdriver things that are kind of a 90-degree angle that might fit in there. So without having to take off the wheel to get in there, here's what I came up with. This, at least, is a 1/4 inch. Well, it's the T15, but it will fit into a 1/4 inch wrench. So I'm just going to stick that up in there. And take them out. And I'll do the same to the lower one. So you get the gist. Anyway, so I'll take those out. So that's a workaround T15 1/4 inch, if yours supports 1/4 inch. And my Diet Coke. All right, now that's free there. So, and with all projects, even though this looks pretty straightforward, and it is, always be patient with what you're doing, because it's easy to make a mistake, and then you sometimes can't undo that mistake. So just be patient, go slow, within reason, not too slow, and it will all work for you. So you don't have to have anxiety attacks, ripping your car to pieces, because it was put together by people. It can be taken apart and be put together by people. All right, now that we've got that off on both sides, you're going to pull on this. It's just clipped in. See the little clips there? Get out of the sunlight. Little clip there. So, see the clips. And that should all come out. So I'm going to use here, just to be gentle so we don't hurt anything. All right, this clip here was a little tight, so I use this thing. on that backwards, and I just put it in like so, and just kind of popped it out there. So again, slow, steady, just if you run into a snag, don't try and be quick, because you don't want to break anything. But that was pretty simple, it's just getting the clip off. All right, our destruction mode. No, we're not destroying anything. So you can kind of see where I had hooked in the other stuff yesterday. I'm gonna adjust that today so it's not wrapped around everything. This clip here, we do need to take this off. So you just pull that all the way back. Again, just so you do it again. So you're just gonna push that all the way back, and then pop these little tabs here. And this should come off. But I'm gonna use both hands, so again, slow but sure. There, with both hands, it just came right out. So I just wanted to make sure I had both hands on it. So then I'm gonna have to just disconnect the wires that I put on there earlier. So, all right, now we're gonna take off the bumper bar there, and the hitch is gonna sandwich between the bumper bar and the body of the car there. I did go in here, I had to take it apart a little bit. The wiring that I did yesterday, there was no power going to the 5-wire to 4-wire or 4-pin adapter unit. So I had to trace down where the fault was, and it was right up by the battery on the fuse that I had up there. Actually, I'll show you. So this part here, I had to reconnect the positive with the yellow cable there. Because that connection there had come loose, so got it more secure. And now the trailer light should work. So, all right, now, long-winded. So this is 15 millimeter. Take this off. So, and then I'll follow up with those 3 and the 3 over there. There is a spot underneath on the back bumper that's going to have to fit this. It's going to have to be 8 inches wide. So, it'll come out 2 inches. So somebody may have had a tow hitch on this before, because it looks like they already cut it. So, and this is, 8 inches wide. And it might be the depth I need already. That might just be awesome. And, yeah, close enough. So, alright, we might have to not do anything. If not, I was going to use this thing here, measure out, and just cut out the spot, so it looks like we won't have to do that. Good, but if somebody didn't have a tow hitch on there earlier, that's what you do. All right, it is stated that you should use a torque wrench on these bolts now. Stated it should be 38 foot-pounds. So I've got it set just below 40. So, the clicks. There. There. More time. Looks good. Gives right away. This one I already tightened up. Okay. And we're going to perfect, okay. Verify it again one more time. There, okay, and we'll repeat the process to the other side. All right, one thing to make note on this side, the backup pedestrian sound, that bracket goes back on as well, so make sure you reconnect that. And then we'll torque these. There, clicks, try it again, clicks, try it again. There, good. All of them. Once, try it again. One more time. I'll try that one more time just to make sure it's there. There, it's clicking. And then I'll do the bottom one too. Once, two, three. Let's try it one more time. There, good. All right. Then we'll just reconnect this back onto there. This little clip it slides into. And we'll put that back into there. And now we connect the bumper here. Put the tow hitches on. To make it a little bit easier to keep the bumper in place, I just rested the bumper on top of that and squeeze it in there, make sure it does fit. Yeah. See how that fits on there? Looks like somebody had the same hitch on there before. So now it all rests up close, so I will reconnect. All right, so that all fit in there, nice and tight. And now we're just gonna put these back on. What we do, we gotta get that tab into there. There, then we'll put those screws in there. So again, put this tab back in there. And all together. So there's a tow hitch down there. I've got to put the two push pins in. I just grab those right now and do that. These two. Alright, so like so. My fat finger out of there. And here. So push it in. Secure. Now I have to secure that wire there and secure this here. And we'll take all that off. Oh look, what's this? What's the instructions? Well, I'll be, gosh darn. I did all of that without the instructions. All right, one quick note. Just remember here we've got the two, on each side, one 7mm bolt screw that goes in each side of there. Don't forget to put those in. Also, another note, you'll have some screws that look like this, wondering where they go in these washers. Just a reminder that they go here. It's the only place those go, so don't put them in the wheel well. And the finished product. So we've got a trailer on here. This particular trailer probably wouldn't like this low of a hitch. That type of jack needs to come off. That's not really a good jack for this size of trailer. That's it. But anyways, lights are on. Lights work on the trailer. This would be an appropriate size trailer. It has a max weight of 1,500 pounds. You wouldn't want to pull more than 1,000. And all you bolties out there can just keep it to yourself, because I really don't care on saying you can't tow anything. Don't tow anything with your bolt then, because I don't want to hear it. All right, so, and you can stay off the roads too, because if you're afraid that people are going to die because somebody's towing a trailer on the road with a car, again, I don't want to hear it. Go live in your bubble. All right. There's the geese. Solar array. There's the Equinox RS I've just got sitting. Works fine. I'm just trying to keep the miles off it, which is why we bought the Bolt for mileage.